All right, okay, we are about to get started. We are about to get started in the next few minutes from now. We are about to get started. All right, let's get started to today's call. Happy to have you all here. Okay, let me get started. Today I'll be sharing not as usual. Okay, I'll be sharing not as usual today. I'll not be sharing as usual today. I don't know what's wrong with people. When you start Zoom, they call you. Sorry, let me just clear this. Sorry, so we are getting started. Just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. All right, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you are doing well. All right. Okay. All right. My name is Julius. I basically come from Uganda. I teach people how to use Royalq, right? Yeah, it's my economic activity. It's my economic activity, right? So we are going to be discussing why 3%, 300x strategy. We are going to be talking about a settings capital market, right? Okay. So let me say why this challenge? I want to first be able to answer this question. But if I get started, let me make some shout outs to some people in the room, right? I'll basically first look out for the V4s, V3s, and V2s of the house, right? So that I could make some shout outs, right? Happy to see you, Mr. Muriru Spirito. He's a V4 on the call. Happy to see you, sir. Happy to have you in our midst. Thank you so much. V2s on the call. Okay, V3s on the call. I don't see some V3s that maybe I know personally. All right, but V2s, V3s, and most importantly, you, our guest who's listening to me right now, thank you for making it a point to be here. When I was introduced to Royalq on the 12th of June, 2021, I basically personally found that Royalq is so good when you set it automatically, right? Automatic settings of Royalq make Royalq a sweet business. But for you to set your robot automatically and make good profit, you need good capital. Okay, you need good capital. Last week, I hope I was here, and I was able to share. To share with you a trade strategy. There is one guy I found in Royalq. I personally love learning because I'm also a student in this business that trades all the coins in Royalq. I'm going to share that strategy of that guy here. And I discovered that if someone has $100,000, they can have financial freedom with trading. We have been sharing these results on most of our groups, and maybe these results caused some questions to most of you. And just a minute, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Okay, someone saying, okay, so let me make sure. Okay, so I hope I'm visible now. All right. Okay. So and we were able to look at I was able to share that strategy and why he's able to profit. So I'm gonna repeat that strategy again here, and I'm going to basically get back to the question, why the 3%? Where did I personally base the 3% strategy? Where, me personally? Where did I basically base, me personally, right? Where did I devolve? Where did I come up with what I think? So that's where I'm going to start from. Okay, now let me get from there, and then I'll compound it with the Bitcoin halving. Then I'll go to settings, then I'll go to capital, then I'll lastly go to market. Are we ready? If you are ready, you could give me some thumbs up. Are you ready to learn? Let me see some people. Do you have some people with some notebooks? Let me see if you have a notebook. Let me see. Let me just see. Some people have a notebook, so ready to take up some notes. Let me see. Ready to take up some notes. Happy to see you, Coach Raymond. Some people ready? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some love hearts. Let me see some people ready. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. All right. So I'm going to basically go to my Royalq and show you where I picked the strategy, right? Where did I pick the idea? Okay, this idea is for the team. Where did it come from, right? Okay, all right. So, okay, a Royalq provides two main ways of trading. If you don't know how to trade, if you don't know how to set the robot by yourself into what we teach, you can use what we call master traders or what we call circle traders. These guys, you follow what they do. In the other language, we call them copy traders. So you follow their settings of their strategy, right? You follow the settings of their strategy. So you just sync his strategy and automatically you are able to profit, all right? And so when I started Royalq, it was the simplest way to set up a trade because you don't need to have experience in trading. You don't need to know how to set up your robot. You don't need to have any skills in trading to trade following a cycle strategy. But let me first share the challenges with this strategy so that you could understand me. One, I personally discovered that these guys trade with a lot of capital. And if someone joins their circle strategy with a little capital, they easily get stuck into floating loss. And I discovered that if you don't have enough capital, it will not be advisable to follow their strategy. What happens when you follow their strategy? One, they pick a trade, also your robot picks a trade. That is basically. What also happens is that they can cancel a trade and move into another trade, but you stay in that trade. So if you don't have enough capital, your trades can get stuck for long. So I came up with a thinking that a few of us have enough capital, and if someone has $10,000, they could be good to go. They could be able to copy a copy trader and be able, if they don't have the time, and be able to use that, all we provide them with the settings of their robots instead of them following a copy trader. And it works out. So I basically came up with the 3% 300X strategy to help so many people compound their capital. Now, let me first show you one. Let me come here. All right, I'll pick this guy. He's good. I hope some of you have seen some of these screenshots shared. Can someone see my screen? This is pure trading. This is basically pure trading. It is not bringing anyone. It is basically pure trading. All right, this is pure trading. And it is not introducing anyone to Royalq. It is basically, this guy is just pure trading. But one, what makes his results come like this? One is capital, two is market, basically these two. And three are the settings. Capital is that he has enough capital. The market could move up or down. That's not part of his business, but he has a good settings. I have a question before I get started. Is this good rewards without you introducing anyone in the business and you are able to make such money? I know some people who, if it's your first time to be here, you may think I'm joking. This is real profit. This guy has a good trade strategy. He has good capital and he can be favored by the market. Is that good rewards? Is that good money? Let me get into the chart. If you think that is good money, okay, that repeated money, is that good money? Let me get into the chart. Let me know in the chat. Is that good money? those that have been in businesses, you are not introducing anyone to Royalq. You are comfortably at your home, you are comfortably with your phone, and you're not speaking to anyone about the business, but you are making your money. You are not monitoring the market. Everything is on auto trade, and the robot keeps on giving you repeated results for a very long period of time. Now, three things are in play. Very good capital. Very good capital. I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you his capital and his trade strategy. He takes little profits repeatedly. That is one. Two, he has enough capital. And that's where the idea started to roll over my head on how could we help someone who is only having $1,000, $2,000, right? $100, $15, okay? How can we help someone who doesn't have as much capital as this guy has, so that in the long run, you can do what he can do? That's why I want you to follow in love with the strategy. The 3% 300 challenge strategy is a strategy that has a goal and a destination. You see, I was able to send a certain picture in one of our group. Let me just get there so that I create meaning to this. Just a minute. Just a minute. Okay. When someone only has a goal, or another person only has a system, it is very bad to win. It is not easy for someone to win. I know most of you have a goal. One of the reasons of the mission of the Crypto Ambassadors is basically, our mission is financial freedom. And we believe that for someone to have financial freedom, those that have been with us, we usually talk about the 3 R's. The 3 R's. Is there anybody who knows the 3 R's here? Let me see. Anybody who knows the 3 R's of the Crypto Ambassadors? I already talk about them, but I've been here for some time. Maybe no, let me check. Is there anyone who knows the 3 R's of the Crypto Ambassadors team? The 3 R's. Let me see in the chat. Someone who knows the 3 R's. Let me see. Someone who knows the 3 R's. We believe that our mission is financial freedom. Anybody who knows the 3 R's here? Let me see. Let me see. Anybody? All right. Anybody? No one. Okay, good. No one. All right. All right. If someone knew the answer, I was going to transfer $50 US into your account. All right. But no one has the answer. So I keep it to myself. Let me go and share right away. I was going to deliver $50 US from my account. All right. I was able to deliver. Okay. Let me get back to this strategy. Just a minute. I thought someone knew. So I was going to give away $50. All right. Okay, so the goal, if you only have a goal of financial freedom, but you don't have the system that can get you to this goal, it usually becomes a failure. But once you have a goal and you have a system, it is very easy for you to achieve it. So we believe that financial freedom only comes when you are making what you call regular, when you are making what you call repeated, when you're making what you call recurring, the 3 R's, okay? So you are able to have regular, you are able to have repeated, you are able to have recurring income. And so to be able to do this, you need to have enough capital, nice settings, and the market. These 3 characters must be playing very well. Now, when I went to Royalq and I found this guy, all right, I found this guy on his repeated results, all right, as a copy trader. I wanted to find out what makes him exceptional, what makes him unique, what makes him different, what makes him get the results he gets. All right, this is what I discovered. Let me get into this. Okay. One, this guy trades all the 72 coins that Royalq provides in the USDT market. He does not trade any coin in Hobby. He does not trade any coin in Coinbase. He does not trade any coin in Indodax. He does not trade any coin in Kraken. He trades all the USDT 72 coins in Binance. All of them. All of them. All of the 72 coins. All right. I wanted to also go an extra mile and find out. Okay. So let me show you this. This is simple to find out. It's not a hard thing. So on every profit you make, you always share 1%. On every profit you make, you always share 1% from your fuel fee. So you'll pay more fuel fee when you use the synchronized strategy. Okay, when you sync his strategy, I'll just cancel it out. Okay, I want you to look at discounting down here. I want you to look at discounting down here. All the coins, this guy trades them. They cannot buy into my account. None of these can buy out into my account. But this guy trades all the coins. So let me just go to my synchronized strategy. Okay, there's no coin that has been bought, right? So I'm going to cancel. Okay, I need to do something, but let me just cancel it out. Okay, but what I wanted to emphasize is that he trades all the coins. So, just a minute. Just a minute. Let me do something here to create clarity. No, I don't feel doing this. Okay, so this guy, let me get this and I create clarity. Something I wanted to do, but I don't feel like doing it. So let me, okay, this guy has a take profit of 1.3%. He takes very little profit, but he trades all the coins and his margin configuration is 83% deep. So since he trades all the coins, each coin, he trades it with $1,500. So if we go to a calculator, $1,500, if we multiply it by the 72 coins, this guy trades with a minimum of this capital. So when this came into my mind, I said, okay, someone can be able to win in life if they can develop this capital and have the right setting. The settings are easy. The settings he uses are very easy to set up. Someone could have a better life of making close to $1,000 if they can have such a capital. So I was able to sit down and say, if we could help our people get into a challenge with a goal of accumulating this capital and be able to follow it a goal plus a system so that they could achieve the goal and become very, very successful. That is why this challenge is here. And so if you already have this money, please, you don't need it to get yourself into the challenge. No, you don't need it because you can be able to get the settings and enjoy the freedom that happens in the market. So if you have this money and you're on this call, I don't want someone to inbox me with your $1,000, with your $2,000. Talk about $10,000 and above. It is very easy for you never to struggle with market analysis, never struggle with understanding the strategy. Enjoy yourself because you have enough capital. Type 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Type 1 in the chat if you have understood what I'm saying. Type 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat. All right. Good. Good. Now, that's why we are into the challenge. The challenge is to make sure that by the end of the challenge, right? By the end of the challenge, you now have enough capital to automate your trade for good and sit like a king or a queen, enjoying good rewards on a daily basis. All right, good. Now, how is it possible to turn $15 to $100,000? That's the question I want to answer now. How is it practically? You know, practically it is impossible, but how is it possible? You know, when you speak to people, it's like it is impossible, but how are you going to turn $15 to $100,000 by the end of the challenge? How are you going to move $15 to $100,000 by the end of the challenge? This is not hype. This is not that I'm excited. This is not about how I feel. This is reality. So many times when such statements are made, people might take things light. So at the end of the cycle, as others are celebrating, some are just looking. It worked. Hey, did it work? Did you make the money? All right, because when something was being talked about, they did not pay attention. So how we're gonna do this is what I want to talk about right now. Okay, so what are the different steps? The different steps is to understand the mathematics of the game. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the strategy itself. Sorry. So I'm going to go to a calculator, the normal calculator, before I go to the compounding one, the normal calculator. So when you go to a normal calculator, we are going to use the compounding one, right? Okay. So here is a compounding formula. 1, which is the increase, plus the 3%, which is how much take profit we take. We take 3% on our trades. And we are going to be able to do this how many times? We are going to power this up by 300 times of doing this with our minimum first buying amount. With our minimum first buying amount of $15. And then we shall be very successful. Can I come again? Let me come again. Let me come again. We are compounding. We are increasing our money. So here is the compounding mathematical formula. We power it up 300 times with 15 as our first buying amount. So that is how we are able to grow our capital. If you have understood how this is going to work out, it's going to be 3%. We are taking 3%. We are adding 1 because we are compounding. This is a compounding mathematics. And we are doing this 300 times with 15 as our first buying amount. If you have understood this, give me 2 in the chat. If you have understood this, give me 2 in the chat. If you have understood this, give me 2 in the chat. Give me 2 in the chat. If you have understood this, give me 2 in the chat. You don't need it to, because sometimes when you share, someone may go into wanting to see the intestines of the strategy. Me, I'm not going to be here to take you back to what is compounding. I'm not going to do that role. I'm not a lecturer, right? So I'm not going to go through what is compounding. I just take you straight to the mathematics of compounding. So I'm not going to go back. What is compounding? Why do we put this here? Now, no, me, that's not my task, eh? I'm not a lecturer, eh? But my role is to just help you understand the mathematics, right? On how compounding happens. Okay, keep it simple. Don't complicate. Don't try to go into the intestine of the strategy. Right? It's a simple mathematical formula. Okay, let me come again. We are compounding. This is the compounding mathematics. We are compounding. That's why we add 1 to 3% that we take as a profit. Then we power it up how many times? 300 times with 15 as a first buying amount. So this represents the compounding as we take 3%, 300 times 15 as a first buying amount. Are we okay with how we are going to achieve our goal? Give me a 3 in the chat if you're okay now, all right? I want to go to another thing. Give me a 3 if you're okay. All right. Now I believe that we know the goal. Now I believe that we know the strategy. Now I want to go to capital. I want to go to capital and the settings. Right. At first, when I started the strategy, I was talking about 300 days. But I want now to bring the meaning back to you to what I'm calling 300 times. So your success is to have 300 successful trades. 300 successful trades. It doesn't matter when they win, but what matters, 300 successful trades. And let me check how many days to the next Bitcoin halving. According to the strategy, we are moving the strategy to the Bitcoin halving. Before I start off, before I move into the Bitcoin halving, do we have some people who have been using the strategy and they are making it? I don't want people who are just trading in the market. I want people who have been using the strategy and compounding their money. Can you have someone raise up their hand if you are using the strategy and it's working out for you? I'll lower down Maria's hand. Anyone in the house, you have been using the strategy? It's anybody, you could raise up your hand. Okay, all right, okay. All right, let me pick the Chadwick Bibo. Let me pick the first 2. Could you share with us how the strategy of taking 3% on a trade and being patient until it delivers, how is it working with you, and is your capital increasing? Before I go to the Bitcoin halving, let me start with leader Chadwick Bibo. He comes from Kenya, and he is a V2, soon becoming a V3. When I went to Kenya in Nairobi, I think last year, when I went to Kenya to Nairobi, doing an event in Kenya about Royalq. That's where I met leader Chadwick Bibo, and I've seen him so consistent with his business. I don't know what he saw in Royalq. Most of his uplines have taken pathways with so many stuff, but has been very, very consistent. Happy to have you with us, share how you have found this challenge and the strategy itself. And good evening, Mr. Chadwick, joining us from Kenya, Nairobi.
Good evening, Leader Julius, Chadwick Bibo, and I'm very excited to be in this challenge. I can assure you that it's a powerful system, and I'm using it to increase my capital, and I'm also getting some money to spend. So I decided to try this challenge, and I compounded using $200. So I'm working with $200 as my first buy-in, and the strategy is that the first is sell, you add 3%. So I started with 200, then on the following sell, I did 206, Then I went to 230, 212, then 217. Just like that, I'm now doing 276 at this time. So I've already added my level and I'm now on 11. So I'm moving.
Okay. Okay, before maybe I run very fast on how you have, how much total capital are you trying to look at? Do you only have, did you start only $200 or you have more capital for margin calls?
No, I have more capital. I'm working with $1,000. So I'm working with $1,000, but I'm not using my 15 as my first buy. So I'm doing $200 first. Then when they sell, then I put up another trade. If that one gets stuck, then I am able to bring it out with the extra capital, or I set up another trade that is doing well. It's unfortunate that sometimes they get stuck, and therefore that's why I'm still on the 11. Otherwise, I'm sure that I'll get to 300. And when I get to 300, my estimation is that I'll have $1.4 million. So that is my target.
So your target is $1.4 million. You're working with a capital of $1,000. So your goal is having $200, get out fast. Sometimes it gets stuck because you don't have enough funds for the margin calls, but you remain patient until you are able to win your trade.
Yes. And sometimes you win several trades in a day. So it just depends on the market. So if you are consistent and you're committed, we'll get there. It doesn't matter whether it will be 300 days, 250 days, or 380. But eventually, so long as you are consistent and you are marking on your calendar that I'm now day 12, now I'm day 13, then you'll get there. So I'm currently running day 11, and I've also set up day 12. So whichever comes out, I'll increase by 3%. So in the beginning, it looks very small. And especially if you started with the $15. So you'll find that on the first day, you only have $15.45. Then the following day, you have about $15.9. Then on the third day, you have $16.2. So it looks like you are moving slowly. But you have seen that by that calculation, if we keep consistent using that $15, eventually we'll have the $106,000 that is required for the trade that you have been shown, so that we can automate our trading. So let us be focused. When I started, I told myself, I'll not start small. I'd rather start big and get stuck along the way when I'm already ahead. So, and I'm seeing I'm moving. So I'm moving. I'm sure even those who are doing $15, some of them are also not on day 13 or day 15. Some are on day 7. So each one is going at his own rate. So do not compare, just get focused. So I told myself, even if I don't get the trading fast enough, but I have a hope that when I get there, I'll have enough money. And even if I don't hit the 1.4 million, at least even 0.4 million is big enough. It's 4 times what we are trying to get, the $100 that we are looking, with $100,000 that we are looking at and admiring the results. So let's go with what you have and be consistent. The challenge is about consistency, dedication, and discipline. Because even if you have that capital and you don't set up the trades, you'll not get there. If you don't get a good record, you'll not know even which day you are. So it's personal. Financial freedom is personal. Yes.
Before maybe you get off the call, you talked about recording. Are you having a notebook where you note your consistency, where you note how far you are running with the strategy to make sure that it's giving you the profits you are looking for?
I have two things I'm using. One, that compounding calculator has the breakdown every day. So you don't have to remember which ones you want. So if you have already put 276, then you know that the next one should be the day after 276. The calculator, it gives you the amount that you should put on the subsequent day. And it does that up to the 300, the 300th day. But so that I know where I am, I have a new calendar that I'm marking. From first, I'm marking as I go. So I'm on 12th today, but I'm just waiting for them to deliver. So I mark on the calendar. Yes.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Maybe you did not introduce yourself. Some of the people here may not know you. I would request you, sir, to just do a simple introduction as you are closing. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I was in a hurry. I didn't know you'd give me so much time. So I'm Chadwick Bibo. I'm a physiotherapist by profession, retiring in 2 years. And I'm excited to have a retirement package, a system that I'm sure is going to keep me busy and keep me financially stable, even when I'm retired. Fortunately, I'm at a rank that even if I retire, the government is able to support me until the rest of my life. But I want to make it better and I want to have more. So I'm determined to use this cryptocurrency space and especially this challenge to build this business. And so I'm committed to do this. And I came about this opportunity simply by chance. I was doing a different products network company. Then when I was just delivering that product, I found people who are discussing something exciting. And they shared the opportunity with me. And I immediately moved into cryptocurrency without any background. So I did not know anything. I'm very grateful, especially to you, Leader Julius, for the trainings that you have had. And I remember that we joined almost at the same time because you are making those introductory Zooms in Uganda, and there was another leader in Kenya who was making Zoom meetings that time at 10, and yours was at 9. So we'd come to yours, and then we go to the Kenyan one, but the Kenyan one used to be too technical for me to understand coming in without a background. So I've grown up through this system. I'm now comfortable. I can do many of these things. And therefore, I'm very grateful that I had a chance. By the way, my sponsor is nowhere. So I'm just surviving. And I know that I'll survive and I'll get where I'm going.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much.
Anyone who feels is not getting a sponsor, those are just excuses. You can achieve if you determine that you want to do it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Leader Chadwick Bibo. Important note to note, ladies and gentlemen, be focused, be disciplined, be consistent. Make sure you have a recording on following up your strategy and be able to count your days as you grow your income. And he has said that he's making extra dollars from the strategy as he's looking for his goal of $1.4 million. All right. From there, I want to run to Mama G. Mama G, I think, comes from Nigeria. Mama G, can you be able to hear me, please? Mama G, can you be able to hear me?
Good evening. Good evening, Leader Julius.
Yes.
Our able leader. I've been following you since March last year. I've been behind you. Thank you so much. Even during that time that our leaders, there are things that they don't understand. You kept on making research and improving. The settings and all these things. God bless you. Yes.
Sure.
I'm enjoying this.
To have you with us. How are you treating the challenge and how are you using it for your benefit?
I'm enjoying the challenge. Initially, I had to ask, how do we count these 300 days? Is it per trade or per, how do we count it? Because all of us started at different days. So, but I found out when I asked you, you say it's per trade. And that's when I came out and I started counting. And I started with, my goal is $600, but I'm using 2 coins. I'm using 2 coins. So if I enter the Fibonacci, which is 285, per coin. So if I do this one, I continue adding, then when the other one is here to deliver, I pick another coin, and that's how I continue. Then there's another part of it, not all the coins, sometimes they deliver, they go into a little bit of floating loss. But still, with the floating loss, I open margin calls, and I'm enjoying it, like RSR and Gala. Gala, like yesterday, it gave me about 5.8 in floating loss profit. And the RSR and XRP, they're giving me 1.1, 1 point something. Even in floating loss, I'm making gain. And like yesterday, I'm so happy. I'm in the challenge. The only thing is be consistent and just don't get discouraged. Don't discourage anybody. We're all on the move. Everybody is on his own. Just don't look at anybody and get discouraged. Be consistent and listen. Try to listen and follow the strategies and the training we are being given. And our goal, we'll surely achieve our goal. Thank you so much.
Wonderful.
Thank
Wonderful.
you
Before
so much.
maybe you go, I want to find out what is your first buying amount, and why it is your first buying amount. What do you take as your first buying amount?
15.
You're working with $15.
Yes, 15 is 15 I'm working with. And I take the other one, 285. That's Fibonacci.
Okay, and you trade 2 coins. So you have a capital of around $500, right?
Yeah, over 500. Over 500. That's the capital.
How do you plan to reach your goal of $600,000?
To be consistent. Just to be consistent. That's it, consistency.
So you want to take more trades until you are able to hit your $600,000 target, right?
By God's grace.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Leader Julius. I'm so grateful. My husband said that if you know how people are calling your name in every house, you'll be surprised. Every house, Julius. Is that Julius? I say, yes, that's Leader Julius. Thank you so much, and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much.
Research. You keep on doing research, and improving the Royalq. I hope Royalq will recognize you.
Wow, maybe one day, but they don't know that I exist. All right, okay. But thank you so much, Mama G. From that sharing, this gentleman, and we have heard from Leader Chadrick and Mama G. I hope along the line we shall be able to look at other people share along the line. Maybe at the end of the call, please, you can keep your hands up. We have been able to see that the strategy is that the goal plus a system can help you achieve your financial freedom goal. Then when you hit $100,000, automatically you'll be able to automate your robot, trade all coins at once, and never struggle with analysis of the market. Now, let me go to settings and capital. Having given you the ultimate goal and why we are here, allow me now go to settings and capital. Before I go to settings and capital, allow me introduce to you a calculator. If you don't have a calculator, what do you need to do? Let me start with people who cannot access the calculator. All right, let's start with them here. So I'm going to go to my calculator. All right, so I start with $15. I start with $15 as my first buying amount. So I go 15 times 3%. So it means that this will be my profit. So this will be trade one. This will be trade one. All right, this will be trade one. It will be trade one. So after winning trade one, if I only have $15, on my next trade, my first buying amount will be 15.45. That will be my first buying amount. And I'll be taking 3% of this again. So it means my next trade will be this plus this. All right. So I will say plus 15.45. So you see, this will be my next first buying amount. So that will be 2 trades. So on my third trade, this will be my first buying amount, which will be around 15.9. So I'll take 3% of this. So this will be my next, that will be my profit. So I'll be able to say 15.91, which means this will be my next first buying amount. That's how we keep on creating a first buying amount, right? I'll use 15 as my first buying amount. Are we okay? Have you understood how we calculate our first buying amount and how we increase our first buying amount before I go to the automating it with the calculator? If you have done so, please type a yes in the chat. Let me get some yes in the chat. I need yes in the chat. Yes in the chat. Let me get some yes in the chat. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, fantastic. I'll be so much happy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be so much happy by next year. By next year, around, I think the challenge will end 2024 by around a March or April. Some people will get out fast around Jan. By Jan, March, April, people will be done with the challenge. I'll be so much pleased if I would see some millionaires being created from this challenge, right? Some millionaires being created from this challenge. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Okay. Okay, now let's go to using the calculator. So what do you need to do? Go to the Play Store, go to the Play Store and type in daily compounding interest calculator. Daily compounding interest calculator. There are several, but when I was looking at the menu with the help of my leaders, there are so many. I found out this to be good. Okay, here we go. So here is the calculator. So how much amount do you want to use as your first buying amount? $15. I'll give you reasons why I personally choose $15. How much percentage? 3%. And how many trades? 300 trades. So every day, it will give you how much first buying amount you need to put. Every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Repeatedly every day, repeatedly every day, repeated every day, repeated every day, repeated every day. So that is the calculator and how we use it. So you just download, open it up, put here your first buying amount, $15, 3%, 300 times. And that is how we calculate the next first buying amount. I'm done with the calculation. I now want to go to settings. Are we okay to how we are going to compound? Give me a 2 in the chat if you're okay with how we compound. Give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Okay, give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat. Okay, if you know how to calculate. If you don't have a calculator, I have basically taught you how you personally calculate your next first buying amount. Maybe let me repeat for those who don't have a calculator, all right? Let me repeat. If you cannot get the calculator, no hurdle. No hurdle. Go to your calculator. I've done this. I don't know if someone was paying attention. Please pay attention this time around so that you don't make me repeat. All right. I take 3% of this. This is my profit. So my next first buying amount will not be 15. My next first buying amount will be that plus 15, which will be 15.45. So if I take 3%, this will be my 3% of this. So it means my next first buying amount will be this plus 15.45. That's how you calculate your next first buying amount. Those who have no calculator, have you understood? So you can either have a calculator or not have a calculator and still profit. Now, I don't know what's wrong with my people. You cannot access the calculator. And you insist me, I want the calculator. Now, what can I do? Certain things I don't have control, right? Our people should forgive me. I don't have control certain things. You cannot access the calculator please calculate by yourself, right? When you say you insist that me I want the calculator, how can I transfer it to you? I have no way. All right, I have no way. How people could just get me, All right, not bad heart. Yeah, I cannot be able to help. All right. So if you cannot access the calculator, calculate by yourself. Okay. So having done the calculations, having done why the strategy, the goal is to help you compound your trades and to make sure you win. We have talked about how we compound, and now I want to go to the settings under the capital. The settings under the capital. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. For example, if a signal is sent, I'm going to go to one of our groups. All right, okay. We basically send the signal will look like this. The name of the coin, the preset price, the take profit, the callback, and the drop. Okay, so the name of the coin in this example is DOT. The preset is 7.493. The take profit is 3%. The callback is 0.01. And the drop is 3%. But we consider 5% as a team. But I always leave that to you. Okay, now let's go to the signal, to our Royalq. Immediately, the signal is sent. You go to your Royalq application. Wow, it has been a fantastic day here in Uganda, 228. Wow, beautiful. So you come here on home, you look for a coin you want to trade. Are those that love trading, that love analyzing the market? There are two coins that we trade in Royalq. These are Chinese coins. I expect them to go high because the China government, in touch with Hong Kong, have been able to invest billions of dollars into the crypto space, which is causing the China coins to escalate. Leader Minata and team, people love trading, please. Go and look at charts of those coins, the YFI and YFII. Expect them to rise because of what China has done in the crypto space. So the China cryptocurrency markets are going high expectedly. All right. So it's not a financial advice, but if you know how to trade, you can go analyze those coins. For example, we are saying the coin sent to you is DOT. So you just come here, look for the DOT coin. There we go. And when you look, you get to the DOT coin. What are you supposed to, Julius? You're supposed to tap on create. So you tap on create. Which type of a bot are you choosing? The martingale bot. So you choose martingale, tap on create. When you tap on create, then tap on next here. So you tap on next. So when you tap on next here, what are you supposed to do? All right, I'm now going into the settings. Your first buying amount, minimum, you can have more than this, but minimum is $15. The margin call limit is 4. The whole position take profit is 3.01. The whole position take profit callback is 0.01. Let's go to the margin call configuration. The margin call configuration, 0.5, 0.5, 1.5, 2.5. When you add this 2.5 plus this, you'll find that our margin call drop is 5%. This is to protect your funds. Now I'm done with settings. I want to go to capital. I'm done with settings. I now want to go to capital. Are we okay? I now want to go to capital. Are we okay with setting up the signal? I will do the preset later. Don't worry about the preset. Are we okay? Now I want to go to capital management. Capital. How would you put in your capital in the market? All right. How do we put in your money? If you are not okay, I want to remind you, this is after this call, we are not going to give you degrees. Don't become a backbencher. This is money. You will suffer from lacking an essential. This is an essential need. You know, money is essential. Money is essential. I had not taken money so essential until I saw recently. I've seen my brothers and sisters in Nigeria because they cannot access money. You know, one of my friends recently told me, people who have money, you will not go to heaven. I told him, my friend, may I believe the poor person will not go to heaven. If it is there, I'm not a pastor, I'm not religious here. If this heaven is really there, because when you are poor, you are jealous. When you are poor, you feel bad about when people have money. So you better don't become a backbencher. You better don't become a backbencher. If you don't understand, please ask. Okay, so let me go to now money. We have talked about 0.5, 0.5, 1.5, 2 point. That is a drop of 5%. Now let me go to capital. Some questions in the chat. Even if you trade with $20, the settings do not change on the drop. Now that's where I'm going in capital. Now I'm going in capital. Before I start, if you have little capital, it might take you longer to stay in a trade. If you have more capital, it might take you shorter and even make more money on a trade. I hope my statement is clear. If you have little capital, you might stay longer in a trade. If you have more capital, you will get out of the trader faster and you will make more money. If you have understood that, give me a 1 in the chat. So that people who have $100, people have 15, 20. You stop killing me with the floating loss in the chat. My coin is not selling. I'm about to get annoyed. Every time you check the chat, people are posting my trade. Guys, serve me. Pray for me. Prayers. My coin is not selling. My coin, please serve me. That's why I said people who continue to post now they are not here. Now the challenge is that those guys, they never attend training. They never watch recorded videos. They're always on the group. I'll come and complain. Please excuse me, you come on the 300 challenge and you over complain. This time round, I'm going to remove you. The reason why you stay longer in a trade is capital. You have more capital, according to what I'm going to share, you will always get out of the trade faster. You have less capital, you'll stay in a trade longer. Someone is laughing. Hey, people can over complain. People can over complain on the group. You come to check the chat. Screenshot, red everywhere. Red. Then you say, what's happening? And when they make profit, they don't post. Hey, I inboxed someone. Since you joined Royalq, you don't post your results. Tell me, so my friend, my leader, I'm making money. But when he gets floating loss, he gets the whole screenshot in the group. He comes to your chat, my coin, my coin, my coin, my coin, my coin everywhere. So I hope this habit could stop, not because it is bad. So if you have more capital, you'll always get out of the trade faster. Now let's go to how to set to win faster. How to set to win faster. We have the first strategy called the double up. This is the double up. Okay, here you are doubling up. And I'm going to talk about the advantages of the double up, right? One, it is 2, 4, 8, 16. It is 2, 4, 8, 16, right? It is 24816. All right. This is what I would advise. What does this mean by that before I advise? This is 2 times 15. This is 4 times 15. This is 8 times 15. This is 16 times 15. So this means that 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16 plus 1, because the robot goes into the market first with $15, which will give us let me add it up before people look for what. 2 plus 4 plus 8 plus 16. 4 margin calls are enough, plus 1, which is 31, times 15. To use this method, you must have $465. Use this. You must have $465. $465. What happens when you use this strategy? One, always, when I tap on this pencil here and I confirm, and I tap on this thing here, this coin here, and I save. When I use this strategy, it will always bring the average price closer to the current price. It will always bring the average price closer to the current price. Have you understood that setting? I want to go to the Fibonacci. Have you understood the double up? Give me a 1. Rukunda is a V2, and I don't know whether he's back from the university, because I don't know whether he's one of the poor have graduated recently, because when I last talked to him, he was going back to the university. I don't know. I will find out whether he has now graduated, and he will give me reason why he's focusing on Royalq than on what he studied. I don't know, but that is personal. It's just a joke. Eh? No one should take me serious. Why he's focusing on Royalq than what he has studied. Now let me go to the Fibonacci. Let me go to the Fibonacci. All right, let's go to the Fibonacci. Okay, so let me go to trade settings. And like the same settings, we said we shall stick to 4 margin calls. And now here we shall go to 3. These ones remain 5%. They never change. 5. And this is 8. So what is this? This is basically a Fibonacci. Fibonacci means that this plus this, you get this. Then, all right, this plus this, you get this. That is Fibonacci. When you add the 2 plus this, you get that one. Now let us see how much capital you need for the Fibonacci strategy. Okay, it is 2 plus 3 plus 5 plus 8, which is 18, plus the $15, which is 19. So 19 times 15, it is 285. If you have understood the 285 strategy, Fibonacci, you need 285 to use that strategy. Give me a 1 in the chat still. Give me a 1 again. Give me 1 again. Give me 1 again. Give me 1 again. Give me 1 again. Okay, good. Good. Happy to see all different people on this call. We are about to get done. Someone has inboxed me here that I'm tired. I want to go and sleep. I'm about to finish. Please don't get worried. You will sleep. I have a comment I want to go and post on my Facebook. It says the following: you are single, you are broke, you are single, you are broke, you. Okay, now this could be hurting, but let me stop here. But let me just keep it there. You are single, you are broke. You sleep early, you wake up late. I have a question for you. You already Walking Dead. You are single, you are broke. You sleep early, and you wake up late. How do you call yourself? How will you survive with this economy? How will you survive with this economy? Aha. How will you survive? One friend woke me up and said, you know, at times I was not serious about becoming successful until I was on Instagram and I went on Lamborghini. Lamborghini had made a statement. We don't advertise on TV, Then I said, because the people who buy our cars are not TV watching material. I'll never forget that night. People who buy Lamborghini are not TV watching material. So that's why these guys, they don't advertise on TV. I was hurt. I said, today I will watch less TV. I didn't say that I'll never watch TV. I said I'll watch less TV. Hey, these guys, they don't advertise on TV because the people who buy Lamborghini, they put in a lot of hours to achieve the goal. So I'm not here to hurt anyone. Me, my statements have been plain white. No one should take me personal. That he is attacking me. I have not said anybody's name. Me, I've been saying. That. Let me stop there because I see people are reacting toughly. Some people are in my chat direct toughly. Please, I'm sorry. No emotions. Yes, 285. You are good to go with the Fibonacci. Right, let me keep lowering. Now let's go to the +1. What is +1? +1 is 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's add it up on a calculator. 2 plus 3 plus 5, plus 4 plus 5 plus 1 is 15. 15 times 15 is equal to 225. So if you have 225, you can trade with a +1. Right, let's go lower it again. You can still lower 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's add it up. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is 10. Plus 1, it's 11. Times 15. This is 165. So let us keep lowering. Let us keep lowering. We can keep lowering. Okay, 0.8. 1. Maybe 1.8. 2. You can keep lowering up to your capital. Let's go again. 0.8 plus 1 plus 1.8, maybe plus 2. This plus 1 is equal to 6 times 15. This is $100. By the way, this is very good for $100 strategy. This is $100. Let me take screenshot. It's not easy to keep on calculating these stuffs. Okay, let me keep it in my screen. So this is $100. You can keep lowering until it fits your capital. Okay, now why margin calls? Why I would not put my $500 as my first buying amount? You know, it is exciting. Like, I want to show you. Let us look at, now we are done with settings. We are done with the capital. Now, let me focus on the compounding. What could happen if this is your first buying amount? You know, I know people love this subject. Oh, compounding. Okay. If 30 is your first buying amount and you are taking 3%, you can make over $200,000. If 50 is your first buying amount, you can make up to $350,000. I'm using a capital of I think $2,000, and my first buying amount is not so big, by the way. But okay, you can, if you go for 100 as your first buying amount, you can make over $700,000. If you can be able to go for $200 as your first buying amount, you will have $1.4 million. If you could go to $500 as your first buying amount, you could make $3.5 million. I would personally use the double up. If I could take 50 as my first buying amount, let me just show you. 331 times 50, it means I'll expose $1,500 into my trades. If I take 60 as my first buying amount, it would give me $1,860 as my exposed capital. If the market only buys $60 and it rises and it never goes down, I clap. I say, okay. If it goes down and picks some of the margin calls, I also celebrate. So the reason of the margin call, one, is to help you get out of the market faster, but our focus is the first buying amount. I hope I'm done. Have I done my work? Or I've left something? Questions now. I'm open for questions now. I'm open for questions. Questions now. Ask me. Hey, I've left the Bitcoin halving. Okay. All right, I'm going to talk about it. Now, assuming you started with 460, first buying amount 50, let's say you reach 200 trade. Will be the 465 be enough to cater for the margin calls to trade? Okay. All right. Our focus is first buying amount is 15, all right? If you reach the 200 trade, you find that, okay, the reason why I use 15 as my first buying amount and I have more margin calls is that you will make more profit, but you keep on taking 3%. The money, that's why I say if someone wants to use this strategy, it's better you find a certain amount of money you may not need now. I've dedicated my I think, $2,000 for the strategy until next year, untouchable, to help me accumulate, right? So find your own money that you can use and keep on using the strategy. Okay, someone says, hey, Mr. Amos is saying I got lost. You can watch the video. It has been recorded since I started. So Mr. Amos, you can watch the video and repeat the process, right? It has been recorded. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. It will be enough as you keep on. Can one keep adding more capital and change the settings? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Okay, there are hands here. Okay. All right. Let me first finish with the Bitcoin halving. What is Bitcoin halving, and what do I expect to happen personally, right? I don't want to base on others' personal expectations. After 4 years, we have what we call Bitcoin mining. Bitcoin mining is a process, in keeping it short, is a process When can I see? Yes, what is this one? Let me see this one. I've seen a question that I don't see. Someone says, when can I see that my money is increasing? You use the strategy, the money increases. Okay, let me go to the Bitcoin halving. Every after 4 years, where can I see that the money is increasing? Your profit comes back to your USDT. Your money increases. Every after 4 years, ladies and gentlemen, there comes what we call the Bitcoin halving. The Bitcoin halving is, it takes 4 years for the Bitcoin miners to complete a Bitcoin block. Now, we have what we call proof of work, and we have what we call proof of stake. I would just keep it short, call it verification of transactions done on the Bitcoin blockchain. What is a blockchain? A blockchain is a secure hack-proof method of storing information. All the transactions you carry out on Bitcoin are stored on the Bitcoin blockchain. And since they are stored on a Bitcoin blockchain, there are people who help in confirming those transactions. That's how simple I will keep it, right? To get it to the layman's understanding. But these guys do what you call Bitcoin mining. So 21 million Bitcoins were brought in the market, but not all the 21 are in circulation, okay? So getting more Bitcoin is done by those miners. So every after 4 years, they complete a block. Now, when they complete a block, what happens? There comes less Bitcoin available. That's one. There is less Bitcoin available. Yet, since it is less, there is high demand of Bitcoin. Because there is high demand of Bitcoin and there is less Bitcoin available because these miners have completed a full block, this causes Bitcoin prices to go high. And when it causes Bitcoin prices to go high, Bitcoin dominates 41% of the market. It causes other cryptocurrencies to rise. The strategy we are using is targeting the Bitcoin halving. As I speak today, I need to check out on my calendar, which I don't have now. It's around 438 to 439 days to the next Bitcoin halving. We are looking at this strategy to make sure that by the time it happens to the Bitcoin halving that will take place April or May 2024, you'll be done with 300 successful trades so that you can just automate your robot with big capital to be making between $2,000 to $4,000 to $5,000 per day. When I got started in Royalq, I still have those screenshots on my other phone. I found that people were trading with this capital. We are making $4,000 to $5,000 per day. Not me, people who were trading with big capital. I have not said me. When I joined Royalq, why? Because in 2021, when I joined Royalq, I found that the Bitcoin halving had been done in 2020 and the effect was still available. The market was still surging. And so if you want to take advantage of that, treat this as a serious strategy so that you can develop enough capital so that you can automate your trades as we enter the Bitcoin halving, so that as the market surges, I will not be providing signals. I will not have time for signals. We shall be now automating our trades. And the goal is to close as many repeated trades as possible. And we shall not be taking 3%. It will be 1.1, 1.3, 1.3. The market goes 1.3. The robot sells, the robot sells, the robot sells, robot sells, robot sells, robot sells, with big capital closing repeated trades. And it will be very easy for you to sleep with $5,000, $10,000, $2,000, $1,000 every single day. For how long? Oh my goodness. After the Bitcoin halving, statistics show that the market surges for 3 good years. For 3 good years. 3 straight good years. Then the market gets deep again. So it is a cycle, right? So we expect that by 1.5 years of you doing the strategy, we would have helped most of you become multi-millionaires, all right? Multi-millionaires. So that is a strategy we have for you. It's up to you to either take it or not take it. We may not be able to share with you our results, all right? But we will be able to teach you the strategy. So you better adapt. The faster, the better for you. Thank you so much. Let me get into your questions now. Okay, if the robot finishes the 4 margin calls and the market goes against you, you feel like opening more margin calls on those 4. Can you do the settings afresh as the previous one where you stopped? Yes, it is fine, sir. Okay. In case you are using 225 and for on margin calls, I don't understand this one. They only margin calls. If you pick up a trade and you don't have more capital, just remain patient. The market will always return. Count yourself and say, I'm on trade 1, I'm on trade. Don't compare results. Don't compare results. Don't compare results. Okay. Okay, let me share this. Someone else. Okay, I hope I'm done. We are 1 hour and 35 minutes. Over teaching is not good. I don't want to confuse people. So I'm done. I wish you all the best, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for coming. God bless you. Have a blessed night. If you have not understood, watch the video again. It will help you understand better. God bless you and have a blessed night. Thank you. Bye, everyone. Check the recording where Julius, go to the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Or even my phone is 2%. Go to YouTube and look for crypto ambassadors. Then you are going to find this video, why 3% challenge. I'm also going to copy this and share it into the group, right? Thank you. God bless you. Have a good night. Bye, everyone. If you want to join the group, tap in the chat and be able to join. God bless you. Thank you for coming. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a blessed night.